Why do college students think AI is just like Shakespeare's wildest dreams? As a college senior, I've seen AI evolve from sci-fi fantasy to everyday reality. Shakespeare's bottom wakes up in A Midsummer Night's Dream, thinking he's had the craziest hallucination. But are we experiencing Shakespearean hallucinations every day with AI? From generating art to writing essays, AI's creativity mirrors Shakespeare's imaginative prowess. Was the bard foreshadowing our AI-driven future? What do you think?
So how did you first hear about AI?
I think I first heard about AI through like the movies. They always kind of made it seem like this big thing. I think it was like this Disney movie. I think it was called I House or something like that.
Actually, through my roommate back when I was studying abroad in Australia about 2 years ago, he was using it for an assignment.
So about sophomore year?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And what was he using?
He was using ChatGPT.
Gotcha.
I think I first heard about AI probably from movies. I feel like people have kind of always used the term AI. I guess in my own personal life, the first example of it that I heard of was ChatGPT.
Well, since AI has been released to the general public, we can all access it now. How do you think society has handled or reacted to the integration of AI?
I think I've heard a little bit of both. I know for my field specifically, I'm getting my master's in data science, so obviously that we do use some machine learning and we are doing some AI. So I think some fields are okay with it, they're excited about it. But then I also have heard both ends of the spectrum where people are scared of it.
I think it's a challenge in education a lot. It's hard to gauge people's knowledge when they have the opportunity to just ask a computer. I think it's making a lot of people less self-sufficient in basically a lot of things they do because they can just ask a computer. Doesn't really build up technical know-how though.
With technology, how we always say the younger generations, when you grow up on it, you're not as resistant to the idea. So I think the farther you are away from the generations that grow up on AI or any other technology that we've had as we've grown up, I think that's where you start to see a little bit of resistance to it, but not resistance in genuinely not liking it, but I just think resistance in not understanding it.
Right.
For instance, for us, it's so common to see people using AI because it's a really useful resource for students, whereas for somebody who's retired, they may not understand the true benefits of it.
True. Well, do you use AI at all, or?
I'll ask for if for resumes and cover letters, of course, that's it's good because you want to apply to as many jobs as possible. It's helpful to get suggestions on how to improve cover letters, resumes. And then in terms of school assignments, I've never used AI to complete anything, but if I'm if I can ask for sort of advice on weak points in my essay, and then I can personally fix them.
Okay.
But I don't.
Sounds good. So for you personally, as a graduating senior, what does your use of AI look like today, and how has that changed throughout your course of undergrad?
I would say it's almost like a Google engine, search engine now. Because I ask it questions, just whether it's I want to know random facts about something, or I want to sometimes if I have an essay, I don't know where to look for sources. Sometimes I'll be all right, where should I look? That's a really good way to use it. Sometimes I get it to sum up. I have a lot of readings for my major, so I get it to sum readings up or tell me where should I go look for certain things if I know what a professor is wanting out of a specific assignment. So I think it's really just an extra resource to. I think there's a misconception that AI is some all-knowing thing that as students we are able to just manipulate it and get answers, but for those that use it, you understand that you have to know what you're trying to do
talk
anyways.
about to put in the prompt.